if you know Nature Boy, I started doing videos maybe 2 years ago. I was someone in my life that had, a hustle. I was a hustler. And my mom and dad died when I was 1. I've been on my own my whole life. And in 2012, I'm the type of person in Babylon that had everything. I had the car, the girls. I'm a hustler. I come from a family of crackheads. My mom and dad was on drugs. They died when I was 1. I say they dropped me off here. This is my personal life. And so I did whatever I had to do to make money. And so I danced for men. I was a male escort. I was at once a drug dealer. I did 5 years in prison. I tried to be a thug. That didn't work out for me. I'm not a thug. I'm a lover. I'm a peaceful warrior. I'm not even someone that's, yeah.
Now let's debunk the lies. When was he in prison for 5 years, y'all?
Tough guy shit. I got a warrior in me, but after I beat a nigga ass, I want to love him. Like, not gay shit.
Yeah, he was an old pervert. That nigga was like 80 and shit. His dad was like 80 years old and shit. Yeah, he was smashing that woman. I think I got a photo of that joint too. Yeah, he was smashing that woman, man. Hey man, that boy about 80 years old, man. Yeah, he was an old school over in the island type of pimp.
Bad for doing it, I'm not a fighter. I'm not someone that wants to hurt anybody. Now, I've hurt many people. In my life.
He hurt many people. Look,
a fighter.
I hurt many people.
I figured that out in prison very early. That's not who I am. I'm not somebody that's willing to die for the gang shit because I was a part of the gang.
Look, now he was a part of the gang. So what gang said have he ever pronounced or proclaimed on social media?
And I said, I don't want to die for this. I got jumped by 20 Latin kings.
Oh shit, 20 Latin kings jumped him.
And then I realized in that moment that I'm not a gangster. That's not who I am. That's not how I want to go out. That's why I made my mind up a long time ago. I got jumped. 20 Latin kings in prison.
20 Latin kings jumped Nature Boy in prison. 20, y'all. 20. You know how he be telling these tough stories?
Surrounded me. It was my moment of truth. And this is when I realized I'm not a gangster. I'm a peaceful motherfucking warrior. Can I get a charger? Oh. And so I was trying to survive in the world on my own. Okay. And in my mind, I was not going to be no bum. Okay. This is in my mind. I told myself from an early age, nobody owes me shit. Whatever I got to do to get this dollar, whatever I got to do to get the money, I was going to do it. Selling drugs for me, I'm not a drug dealer. Drug dealers, to me, that made no sense. Because as a drug dealer, you got options. And anytime I figured in my head, anytime a person gets paid to put clothes on every day and go out and find you and they get paid for it, it's not a good career. So, selling drugs for me was a no-go. That was a no-go for me. So I couldn't sell drugs, so I became a barber. And I was a barber, and I would maybe sell weed on the side sometimes, but that wasn't good because I just didn't want to get too big and go to jail for it. So I just let that go. You know what I'm saying? I kept seeing people going to jail for weed, and I was just like, yo, this is a plant. This is stupid. I'm not getting caught up with that shit. And so I was a barber. And it was rough for me, man. I couldn't keep my phone on. I couldn't keep, I was just I was fucked up. I was working in warehouses, 12-hour shifts. I was fucked up, man. But like I said, I was offered the ability to.
He said that like the 12-hour shifts, like that shit was slavery or some shit. Look how he looked, man. I'm talking about this, the long pause. Check this shit out, yo. When he said that 12-hour shift, look how he just be sitting there like paused and shit.
Like I said, I was offered the ability to. Somebody was like, "Yo, you look like Tyson Bedford." They used to tell me that, and I was like, "Yo." I always was looking for a quick way to make some money, man. I just wanted money, man. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, man. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, but I was living in someone else's world, and I was getting check to check, and every time I get some money,
right,
I was spending it, and I didn't like that.
It don't make no sense. That's why I'm playing this older video. Just listen to these lies now.
So one day, this guy, it's a gay guy. I was in the military.
A gay guy. Now, this is when he was in the military. Listen now. Oh, Sean. Listen now. This is when he was in the military right here. Yeah, he was in the military. And this is when the gay guy told him.
The gay guy was like, yo, man, you should be a stripper. You got a nice body. You military. The gay guy was like, yo, man.
The gay guy, listen.
Gay guy. I was in the military. The gay guy was like, yo, man, you should be a stripper. You got a nice body. You can make a lot of money. He was like, I was like, really? And mind you, I'm out here by myself. And so I did it. One day I did it, and I made like $200 in a night, yo. And I didn't give a fuck what people thought about me. Man, I didn't give a fuck what people thought I was gay or straight. Nigga, I was fucked up by myself, nigga. You think about that 200. So in my
them 2 yards, he ain't care what he had to do. He ain't care if he had to bust it butt naked on a handstand. He was gonna do it for that 200.
The way I made him a decision to like, yo, fuck the world. I don't give a fuck. This is when I stopped giving a fuck about what the world thought about me. Right.
This is when he stopped caring. That's when he started letting, white men put their finger in his butt and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This was the transition right here.
Because nobody was paying my bills. I'm tired of being fucked up. I'm tired of.
He tired of that. He was tired of working 12-hour shifts, so he just, wanted to deal with that. That was the easier way. You feel me?
Living check to check.
Right, check to check.
Staying with people, staying with this girl. She kicking me out, and I just thought it provided a way for me to make money. I got with a group of guys that were strippers, and
with a group of guys, he got with a group of guys that were strippers. You hear this shit, right? He got with a group of guys that were strippers. A group of guys now that was fucking strippers.
Became an exotic entertainer, but that was never me. That was never me. I was just doing it. I have a nice body, have a nice sized penis. I'm tall, dark, handsome, and I made money from my looks. And I capitalized off of it. In my mind, I was tired of being fucking broke. I'm tired of asking people for money. I'm tired of fucking living check by check and not having no fucking money. 50% was taken out of my blueprint. Just living in the hood low, man. I'm from the hood, man. Smoking cigarettes, Lucy's, like just being that nigga. And I just wanted more out of my life, man. I wanted to become more, bro. So yes, man. Yes, I was an exotic entertainer, entertaining men. That's who I was in the mind frame that I was in, because at the time I was thinking, get money.
Get money. That's all it was, guys. So he went from, being at that point, which was a low point in his life, to be when he was in the military. Hold up, let me back it back. He was in the military before he owned the barbershop. So he went to prison for 5 years. Then he was in the military. Then he had the barbershop. Because this is the chronological order that he's given us, which makes no sense whatsoever with the timestamp. None of this adds up right here. None of it. None of it. So what he's doing basically is he's trying to justify why he did certain things. Now he's doing a recollection of the things from the past that led up to those events, but it's just a few events. It's some holes in it right here. With this whole story, that there's a lot of holes in this story. He's leaving out a lot of stuff, but that's okay. We're going to fill in the holes. You know why we're going to fill in the holes? Because we're going to rerun that interview that I did with his baby mama. We're gonna rerun that. We're gonna listen to him tell his part, and then we're gonna let her tell her part. Okay, we'll do it like that. Okay, we're gonna make it make sense, y'all.
Because if I have the money, then I can do whatever I want to do. I did things I'm not proud of, bro. You understand? And I was out here by myself, like I said. And in my mind, I never was the type of person that was a closed-minded person. That's why I'm ill. That's why my mind is so open right now, because although I look like somebody that comes from a certain group of people, I was always an open-minded person. I would be in the hood. I was a dude in the hood, like, yo, I'm sitting on a porch with a 40. We got $20, get a bag of weed, talking about where the bitch is at. We go on the block, and I'm looking up in the sky like, yo, it's a whole world out there. This is why I used to love looking at TV. Before the internet, I used to watch TV because TV, like, escaped my mind past the situation I was in. I was in the hood. I used to live in South Philly. Like, I'm from the fucking hood. I'm from nothing.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, what has he not done, y'all?
I want y'all to know I don't got no mother, no father, no uncle, nothing, B.
He ain't got no mother, no father, no nothing. But he's always showing us the photo of the man that he says that's his father, who looks to be, you know, well over 50 years old. I will say that, well over 50 years old. That's the see these lies? You see what I'm talking about? You see the shit I'm talking about? Right. Sometimes it's hard to even keep up with this shit. But listen to this account right here, because this was one of the first ones where he actually just came out with all this stuff, all right?
I'm out here alone. Like, to this day, I don't got nothing. I'm somebody that was raised fucking poor. I mean, poverty, bro. I'm from that for real. Like, and so I wanted to be hip, so I try to be a gangster. I'm not a gangster, bro. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not. That's not who I am. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to shoot people. I don't want to stab people. In jail, I was forced to fight. I fought to the point where I realized it was meaningless. In jail, I have faced it. I want to be a gangster. I know what a gangster is because I was in jail and I almost got killed by 20 Latin Kings. Woke up in the hospital. My jaw wasn't broke. I didn't get a $150. And in that moment, I realized as I woke up in the hospital, it was mad dudes in the hospital with wires on their jaw. Their jaws were broke.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Wires on their jaw. Their jaws were broke. And that's when I realized I'm not a gangster. I don't want to die like this. This is not who I am. So I went into religion. I started, reading the Bible, going into religion, going to Islam, playing chess, talking to the OGs. I stepped away from the gang shit. I got put in another cottage, and I just decided. I decided in that moment, I'm not a gangster. I know what gangsters are. I know tough guys. I know what killers are. I've been around killers. I'm not a killer. I know what they look like. I know who is a killer. I've been around men that were killers. That's not who I am. I'm a lover. I'm a lover, dude. I get angry. People are scared of black angry men, but I'm not a killer. I talk aggressive because my rising is in Scorpio, so I come off powerful. But who I really am is a person that wouldn't even hurt an ant. I care about the trees. I would never hurt anybody. I never had any attempt to hurt anybody. I want the world to know who I am from me. People gonna always misunderstand you. I know no matter how clear I make myself, people are always gonna misunderstand you. But I want to tell my own story. I want it to come from me. I want people to know who I am from me. I want to put it out there. I want to put my journey out there. You hear about me third party. Let me give you my side of the story. Because I have my own media. I want people to know who I am, why I'm doing what I'm doing. Some people come in the middle of your story and judge you from the middle of your story. I want you to understand who I am. If you're an understanding person, here it is. Here's understanding. Share the video. Because I'm going to tell you everything.
Oh, yeah. You already know. You already know it's going to be shared. You already know that it's going to be shared. Oh, yeah. That's a fact. Oh, yeah. Hey, look at here. That's a big fact right there. Yeah, he would tow. Hey, look, he would tow all the way up old Pocahontas, yo. Hey, look, that man. Hey, look, that man. Damn that. Hey, that man. Damn that lost his mind. Yeah, look. Hey, look, he damn near lost his mind. Sound check. Did I go out on y'all? Did I go out on y'all for a second? Check. Did I go out on y'all? Okay, boom. My bad. My bad. Damn. Okay, I ain't think I. Oh, I thought I had that speaker on right there. Fuck. See, this how look. This how he was sick over Pocahontas when she left. Well, when he kicked her out, rather.
Motorcycle riders at?
He's sick over Pocahontas though. Look, watch this. Look at it. All them pictures, see all these photos and stuff he took. All them photos he still got of her. Is that not creepy, ladies? For a man to have all those photos of you and you not be in a relationship with him, why would you hold on to stuff like that? You see those? Look at the older photo. That's Velvet right there in the middle. Yeah, that's Velvet right there. That's crazy, yo. See what I'm saying? See how he be holding on to old memories and stuff? He a creep, yo. See what I'm saying? Look at this stuff, man. He a whole lot of creep. That's why he be taking them photos and stuff, man. He never within himself, have it within, the entire relationship for him to just be with these women. He just be with them for like a fleeting moment, taking photos of them and stuff like that, sharing moments and stuff with them. You see how he be, doing this recollection like what he doing right now. This shit is crazy. Sick, man. See this? Similar to the way he had those photos of Velvet. To tell you the damn truth, all those photos he had of Velvet, and then there would be additional photos, which would be prior to this, that he had a Yaya like this as well. Who does that? Who keeps all these type of pictures like this? If you're not dealing with a person, man, I think you just want to just get rid of those photos. I would think that throughout your lifetime or whatever, that you will be able to have those memories to savor, within your mind. You don't need no photos and shit or whatever. This ain't just one or two photos. These are racks of photos. You see this shit? So he done been like this over all of the women. Every time one of the women leave, that's the shit. This the shit that he do. You see how sick this shit is, Mel? So he do this shit all the time. This was him just reminiscing over it, though. Just like a damn serial killer. Now, the same way, you know what I'm saying, that he's doing, that right there, what I'm saying, with Pocahontas. Now I'm gonna show you on the flip side how he was doing, what I'm saying, with his baby moms. Now this is some real weird stuff right here. Yeah, this is some real like whole live like weirdo stuff right here. This some stuff you just don't think that people would do. You understand what I'm saying? Like holding these old photos and shit like that. Like, come on, man. You don't just think a person gonna be doing no crazy shit like this. Motherfucker got photos like you was like perfect example. You was dealing with somebody and shit like 2 years ago. You and that person are no longer together. What would be the reason for you even having those photos? You know what I'm saying? Like what would be the reason to justify you still having those photos and looking at them and all of that old shit right there, agonizing or whatever, knowing that you're not with the person. So why would you even be like putting yourself through that much torture or whatever, like looking through the pictures or whatever? Like I just don't get that. I don't. Now here you go. You know what I'm saying? This time right here. Here go this shit right here. Now look at this. I'm gonna try to get it so it ain't blurry or whatever. But here's Maisha right here. Now he was doing the same thing with Pocahontas that he doing right here with her. Now look at this shit. Look at this shit now.
He was so fascinated with my life, so I'm gonna show you my life. So he's always looking in the sky. There you go. My little man. Always looking in the sky.
Same thing, yo. Same thing.
No, go ahead, finish. I didn't know if you was live. This is my best friend, Malcolm in Babylon. It's my rider, man. He's still my friend. I don't care what I do. He always there for me, man. Right now, if I pull up in Georgia, he gonna come through for me, man. Shout out to Malcolm, man. It's my best friend, man. He's always there for me. That's Maisha's son. That's his son right there with the glasses on. But this is my best friend, Malcolm, man. I just want to say thank you for always being my friend.
See how he do this shit? Now I'm gonna press forward and show you how he was doing with Maisha. Now Melvin, look at this. Now Melvin, look at this sick ass shit right here, Melvin.
There's something different when I hear that day.
Look.
This is us in the RV.
Look at that. Look how he's showing this shit out. Got her in there in her drawers and shit.
I like to take pictures of her.
See what I'm saying? You heard him, right? I like to take pictures of her. Listen now. Listen what he say now.
Different when I hear that day. This is us in the RV. I like to take pictures of her. She had a big butt. She got my name on her butt right there with some angel wings on it. Anybody hitting it, I know they mad. She got my name on there, so I know they mad about that. It's right there. It's right on smacker. And her name on my neck. It's right here on my neck.
You can't even see that shit. You can't even see that shit. That nigga so black and dirty. That's all that dirt and shit caked over that tattoo. You can't see that shit. You can't even sit there and lie to me and tell me that you even see anything closely related to even saying her name, yo. Come on, man. Stop. Then that damn chain getting that nigga that gangrene and shit. You see how that shit all brown is looking right there with that chain at? Shit done discolored his whole skin right there. See what I'm saying? Look how y'all on that butt. See what I'm saying? Dude is mad sick, yo. See, he sit around and do stuff like this right here. Just imagine the type of photos that he has of the other women there. Getting out of the shower, stepping from the shower area into the bedroom, stuff like that. He's always around there, freak of nature style, holding the camera.
Slow dog, I got her. I was telling my Babylon shit. I just wasn't fully awoke. I got a little Pomeranian named Cashmere. And no one died. That's right. It's our RV. FYI, we was living out the RV. She's a very good cook.
Look how he got her in there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit. Got her in there. Ain't got no shoes on, nothing. He in here getting all of the exclusives. She in here trying to make the coffee in the morning. You see what I'm saying? Or the tea or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Dude had a good life. He ain't had no excuse. You see what I'm saying? To start rocking with the trannies and all of that stuff right there in the whole nine. That's why you can't feel sorry for him. Come on, man.
Very good mother who was vegan, but we was like Babylon vegan. As you can see, our little stove was on right there, and she's so beautiful. Yeah, my last name is really Prada, Prada. This is together 6 years, and I used to love taking pictures of her to show you. I
But
always
do
like to
you
tell.
see how weird this is? He did the same thing with Pocahontas that I just showed you. The exact same damn thing, yo. That's why I be telling you, man, the dude ain't all look at man, he ain't always right. He ain't always right. I'm telling you, he ain't always right, man. That's some whole live sociopath, serial killer, Charles Manson type of stuff right there, man. That's some stuff them dudes be doing on Criminal Minds and shit. Like when they be going up in their crib and be seeing all them pictures, all them photos on the wall and stuff, whoever the people are, whenever that they get, like on some serial rapist, serial murder, serial abductor, type of stuff or whatever. You know how they had those Criminal Minds episodes and stuff. Yeah, facts. You already know how they do. Now, when all of the shit had went the other way, when he was I want you to see how he was playing keys out and shit. Yeah, he talked him all the way up out his money and shit. Talked him all the way up out that shit. Yeah. This way he used to have keys on that jank. Yeah, he used to look. He used to have keys on that jank, right? Peep game now. Peep game now. I want you to see this one right here. Now, look at how Keys is sitting here, right? He got his son in the background. This was from the same upload when he was talking about, what he did, on the video with the white guy and stuff or whatever. Now, I'm thinking that this is later today, right here, later that day. Now, listen to this shit, right? But they don't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And you really going to do this. I'm like, yeah. Then, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going back. So, it's like, yeah, I got the land if you want to get it. So, boom. The girls wind up coming. I wind up having sex with this girl. What's her name? Lotus. Right? He couldn't even remember her name. That was the light-skinned girl that you just seen on the photo that was with Velvet and Pocahontas. That was Lotus. He couldn't even remember her name, man. Keys had to help him remember the girl name. She done came over there. He done smashed her and everything. He joking about it. He even doing this, while in the company of his son, his small son at that. Yeah. So I want to do that. And we found the house. We found the house behind a beautiful river. And we invited, and at this time, I was just inviting anybody. It didn't matter who they was. Like, I was like, y'all come on. Which was that was a mistake, Reflections. Because at this time, I was pulling in, you've seen the people. Oh, it was a lot of people came in groups. It's just like crazy. And I realized that these people were sick and they were bringing the sickness with them. Like, I had left my sickness in Babylon. That's how I was able to leave Babylon. These people would just come and just ask running away from themselves. And I was not trying to run away from myself. I was trying to find myself in the midst of and when you keep hearing that wind, that's that cheap ass fan they got sitting right there. Already dealing with my demons in Babylon. You understand? So with that being said, I was like, yo, there was a lot of people that came that didn't see eye to eye with me. There's people showing up with voodoo bugs, just weirdo shit. Like, I wasn't really on that. I never been into voodoo. I never been into none of that stuff. But people had their own views, and we didn't see eye to eye. So I would tell people like, "Yo, you go your way, I go mine." And this is when I realized you can't build a village with anybody unless it's people that actually have knowledge of self. When I went out to build a village, something that Yada's doing right now. Like, oh, I want to make an announcement too for the moderators that's up in here. When y'all time people out, do not hide them from the channel, okay? Just put them on timeout. Don't hide the user, okay? Because when you hide the user, I gotta go back and unblock them. And a lot of the people they come from Instagram, they might say some sideways stuff or whatever, and y'all be on attack mode. But please do not block. Don't hide the people from the channel, okay?
And he just let anybody just come there. When I realized I didn't want to build a village with just anybody, I wanted to. This is when I started teaching knowledge of self, because I was forced into teaching knowledge of self, because that's the only thing that's going to heal the planet. You can't come out of Babylon and bring Babylon with you. All right. So what I realized is I started teaching knowledge of self, knowledge of self, knowledge of self. I wanted to heal people. You know?
See, he running this game and shit. He doing all this so talking, but he really ain't talking about shit because he's sitting right there with keys. You see what I'm saying? He done spent keys shit up. He done spent keys motherfucking money and shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he got keys fucked up in the game right now. Keys thinking some other shit gonna go down. You know, he done came over here, you know, for some other shit or whatever. Right, facts. Nature Boy done sold his ass a motherfucking dream, you feel me? So now he over there sitting looking crazy as hell. Nature Boy, he trying to rationalize all this shit, right? Yeah, he trying to rationalize this shit. Facts. Now I'm gonna show you the most iconic video, just a piece of it. Just a piece of it. I gotta show you. This is one of the most iconic videos. When it was fucking raining and shit, right? Yeah, it was raining, and he in the tent, Serenity in there looking like she tired, about to pass out and all this so other shit. And Keys and them, they out there in the rain and shit while he's sitting there talking. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit right here, man.
We have a tribe here, and we respect the nature. Yaya is.
Look at them. They look. They standing outside and shit. They outside of the tent. You hear the rain, right?
She tell you that she had a male friend, but she don't tell you how she cheated. She said when she had a boyfriend, she had a male friend, but when she came in, she let us know she cheated on her man. She didn't cheat on him, but when she left him, she wound up sleeping with his friend, his good friend, because they were just friends at first, and then she wound up sleeping with the friend. She'll tell you about that. You know what I'm saying? And that was her lesson right there on boundaries. She wanted to be a friend with her boyfriend's friend. That's violation. You don't do that, Yaya. She wants to be a friend with my friend. After me and her break up, she goes being a friend behind his back, behind her ex-boyfriend's back. She go be friends with her friend's friend, her boyfriend's friend, and then have sex with her boyfriend friend and cheats with her boyfriend friend. And she came here with that. And I told her how she was wrong. She admitted she was wrong, but she still held that she didn't see nothing wrong with it. She said she really doesn't see nothing wrong with it.
See all this shit Serenity done been through fucking with this dude, and she wanting to go back over there.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, you don't see nothing wrong with that. That's just showing your age. See, the thing about being in this realm for a little bit is that you get experience. These certain things you don't do is called morals. Morals is a way you live so that things are in harmony. You respect the nature of a man, and you respect space. See here, Yaya couldn't go up to one of my warriors and just start a conversation with him. They're gonna be like, they're very respectful. Everybody's very respectful here when it comes to someone else's direct. We live so close to each other, but we're very pure. It's a certain way that we live.
That's what we waiting on now, Classic. That's the lady that's to the right there, Serenity. But this right here was back in 2016, like the end of 2016.
It's very pure that we can walk around each other naked.
Look at Serenity. See her ass? See how she sitting there looking all gloomy and shit? That's the lady from Hawaii, or that's was in Hawaii with, you know, her boyfriend, the Latino dude, Rambo and shit.
And nobody looking at nobody else direct.
The lady that's to the left right there, that's Phoenix Rising, the other brother that offered Nature Boy some land and offered him to come and, you know, chill at his spot or whatever. That's his wife.
Nobody's lusting. It's very beautiful and pure. But we maintain the relationships. So guess what? It was the way things function naturally. And what she wanted, after she started getting attention, Yaya wants to be like, oh, well, I wanna have male friends. Now me, I don't have female friends. You know me, I don't have friends. My family is my friends. My frequency is my family is my friend. Yaya has said that as well. She said that publicly as well. She knows that. That's my information that's coming out of her. Now, I don't have female friends. My directs, these are not my directs. These are not my directs. FYI, these are not my directs. They're just sitting in on the video. Probably want some attention because women love attention. You know what I'm saying? I think
Look at this shit.
everybody love attention. Trees and
he had to clarify that because he knew that's Phoenix Shorty. You feel me?
birds and flowers love attention.
Now Serenity, on the other hand, she was just there for the ride. You know what I'm saying?
But what do you do with that power? You disrespect someone that you got all your information from, will let you know everything about you.
See, he done had time over the years to be able to perfect his delivery, and he know the type of people, you know, that he can throw this bullshit on. That's why he only targets certain people. You might call them weak-minded people, socially and mentally challenged people. You can call them any motherfucking thing you want to. But like I say, though, this is the guru. This is the Wizard of the Oz right here. This is the grand puppet master, clubfoot #1 shogun right here.
You never bite the hand that fed you or feeds you. You never do that. You always show respect from what you
these are straight downloads right here.
Came from.
I'm telling you.
I heard her say, I no longer have a master teacher. I'm no longer a slave. I'm like, wow, you calling everybody here a slave?
What other grown ass man gonna have other grown ass men outside in the rain and shit while he in the tent with the women? See what I'm saying? That's Olmec, that's Azul, and look like Tron. Yeah, they out there in the rain and shit. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about right there. That's big boy facts right there. That's big boy facts.
And you, I know you ain't talking. That's crazy because you trying to betray everybody here as I'm their master and I'm mind controlling, I'm brainwashing everybody here. Yo, we a family. Just because people think in sync and in harmony with each other, I'm brainwashing you because I'm the head of, I'm the speaker. I'm speaking for my family. I've been speaking before y'all came. I've been doing videos before anybody showed up. I was doing videos. They came along with me. I'm not brainwashing nobody.
What's up, Hathor, chat, everybody that's up in here? I see y'all. You already know, man. We doing a memory lane. What I was telling y'all about the other day, man. Going through these videos, man. Checking out this shit from the archive records and getting these updates, flashbacks, all that fuck shit right now in this edition right here. You know what I'm saying? The Clubfoot TV. You already know how we moving, man. That's right. And we'll be taking it back over to the Clubfoot Network too in a couple days, man. I'm gonna smash this one out over here. I'm almost up to, I think, about 4,000 subscribers. I'm at like 3.7 or some shit. So I reached the 4. I'm going back to Clubfoot TV. Facts. So that's where I be streaming it then. That's what it is. In the world today, I see you with that big ass eye on deck, and all that shit right there. What up? Yeah, fact. First time seeing you over here. What's good with it? Huh? Right, facts. You already know. Moderators, we got our open too, don't? Huh? We see everything. Yeah, we see everything. Now let's get to one of them stinking videos, okay? Let's get to one of them stinking video. One of the video y'all might have forgot about right here when he was popping mad shit though. Yeah, when he was by nature kicking that dumb shit out here. It ain't like he ain't kicking dumb shit every day, but this was some real dumb shit right here. Yeah, there's some shit that when you look, you see how he look, don't you? You see how he look? Don't he look like that? Bubba look crazy, though. Look at.
I'm trying to put you in check, bro. You know what I mean? Huh? Tell Phil I said let my people go. He don't want it with a real man. You know what I'm saying? All he gonna do, you tell him to come to my room. Tell him to come over here and talk to me in my face. Tell young Pharaoh to go live in my face. You feel me? Tell him to come live in my face. You know what I'm saying? Man to man. Come to me, man to man. Let's talk.
What's up, Taryn? We just over here looking at the devil. Yeah, that's right. In plain sight.
Talk about let's build, homie. You get paid. That's bill.
See, this what started to really affect him. You see how his face filled out than what it is now. You notice how sunken in that his face look nice shit. See how fat his cheeks and shit is right here on this joint right here. And he was mad skinny back then. You feel me? Right, fat. And that's what I'm saying about with the women that he done been with over that period of time. And how I'm thinking, especially by him, dodging, ducking, and not believing in medication. I'm thinking that all of this within itself that had like a ill adverse effect on his life bodily. Now him taking that creatine and all that shit. Now just know, if you skinny as hell and you on that creatine, you take that creatine for about 2 weeks and go to Planet Fitness and blow up and be looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but you gonna still have the same size head. You feel me? Now if you a fat person and you lose weight, you can lose all the weight off your body. The skin gonna be hanging, but you still gonna have a big ass head. You see what I'm saying? Look at it for what it's worth. That's how you can tell. You see what I'm saying? That this shit don't add up with this dude right here. You know something going on with him. It don't make sense because he wasn't no fat dude. He wasn't no fat dude when he went over there. So if he was losing weight, then he would lose weight altogether. It just wouldn't be. You see what I'm saying? In his face. You feel where I'm coming from? Why? When the hell? What diet can you get on to make you lose weight in your face? Do you know any big face motherfuckers out here that's saying, "Yo, I'm about to get on this diet and shit"? Right. My face and shit too fat. So I'm about to get on this diet. It don't even make sense. It don't even sound right. You can't even rationalize that. That's how you know some shit is going on with this dude.
Because the truth is, I'm more of everything that you want to be. I'm more smarter than you, more intellectual than you. I'm more man than you. Period.
What's up, Aaron?
You don't want it with nature, boy. That's why you've been hiding, ducking your tail. You don't want it with me, boy. All you gonna do is try to tell people, "Oh, I'm gay." That's good. The black community needs to sit and talk about sexuality. Let's sit down and talk about that for a minute. Why are there so many homophobes?
And see, that's why within itself, I honestly and I strongly believe that when we've been sitting back and we've been questioning for quite some time, who the people it is who may even be backing and paying this person. We heard about DreamWorks and stuff like that or whatever. Hey, look at here on an even deeper level. He might even have somewhat of an angel investor or a major investor, you see, from the LGBT community that's backing him, that's fueling him. Because if you notice, when it roll off his tongue, it ain't like he ashamed to say anything that got to do, you see what I'm saying, with his sexual preference. That's right, facts. You got to think about it now. You got to think about those communities, you see, and how they would be willing to back somebody like this dude right here, just to be able to carry on and do a lot of fuck shit and put this out here, in society that if you got HIV or if you got an STD, that if you think that you don't have it, then you don't have it. All of this within itself is demonic and it's within the workings of elitism within itself, leviathanism, devilishism, diabolicalism. That's right. I'm telling you, yo. It's some people that's way beyond of what I think in capacity is that's backing this dude and fueling him. That's the only way that he done survived this long thus far. Just think about it. Just think about it. You can go rob the pizza man. They gonna catch you the same day. The same day they gonna catch you. If you rob the pizza man, they might catch you within the next 15 minutes. If you dumb and you do that. But he's committed several crimes way beyond that's far exceeding robbing the pizza man and been in the spotlight now for over 3 years and is still existent. Think about the bigger agenda, y'all. Okay, just think about it.
You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we already know your whole chart here. We got your whole astrology, dog. We know everything about you. We know your Venus is in Virgo. We know you got a bad intent. We know that you're a little man. We know that you got mama issues.
And then since he on the subject of talking about those charts and whatever sign is in whatever house or whatever. Just think if they told him to run that script, if they told him to finesse that game on each and every one of us, but then he got somebody that's sitting, in higher places, sitting in darker crevices, down deeper, darker hallways that are for hire, that actually target certain people for this dude right here to manipulate. Think about it, y'all.
So then you call a black woman out because you want the black woman's approval. I know your whole rap, homie. You want to sit and expose everybody else. And I don't even really get into the he says, she says shit, because I'm just above that. But what irks me is I know you personally. You knew me personally. And now you let this internet shit allow you to be exactly who you already was, a coward. The internet allows people to be a coward. But one-on-one, man-on-man, you don't want to see me. Period.
Look at his face. You see his face, yo? Look at that shit, yo. Look.
Man-on-man, you don't want to see me.
Look at his face. You see that? Look at all of the discoloration in his face. You see? I honestly think that if a person had whatever that it was, that if they were taking the proper medication, that'll be something to suppress or stabilize whatever it is that was going on with him. But being that he's not taking any medication, and he believes by taking the B6 diet and the B6 diet alone will be the only thing that will help him, I think that this is why we see the telltale signs of a lot of this stuff right here. Even with this spontaneous, just out of the blue skin discoloration and stuff. I don't think that this was anything that was natural. I think that this was induced, to be honest with you. I think just it could even been something that was in the jungle that did it, to be honest with you. That's keeping it a buck, because there was an era of time when he actually was in the jungle for real, when they was in Honduras. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what he caught, man. Might have picked up on anything. You sleeping in tents and shit, you asleep at night, you don't know what's gonna creep within the tent, bite the shit out of you or whatever. Ain't no telling what this dude is infected with. But one thing for sure is he has not been tested. This is not on public record. You understand what I'm saying? He hasn't disclosed any of this information to us, and I'm willing to bet without a shadow of a doubt that he definitely haven't disclosed any of this information to or with the women that he has been with sexually as well. I'm trying to motherfucking tell you. Ain't no motherfucking way, man. Nah, ain't no way, yo. You can say what the fuck that you want to say. And you right, throw the whole man away. But the thing about it is, right, this right here that you're looking at, this is an experiment. This is one of the greatest experiments that has captivated scores of people on social media to tune in. You see, what they did with this project was far greater and exceeded any other project. You understand? I think the only thing, quite honestly, impactfully, that has fucked up our community that was greater than Nature Boy was crack. I think it was crack. Slavery is before that. But then after that, it's crack. Then it's Nature Boy. You understand? That's just the way that I see it. Because see, the way how crack was spread through the 80s and it emerged and spread through the 90s, Snow as well as understand, on a millennium level in 2016, 17, 18, 19, being that this guy's existence has been around, he's affected and he's impacted a hell of a lot, way more people than of on what a person could do if they was actually dealing in crack cocaine. And all of the people combined together on this face of this fucking earth that was selling crack cocaine cannot do and would not do and has not done more harm to the community within itself than what this individual has right here. Right here. He destroying motherfuckers' minds. You feel what I'm saying? You on crack, you get locked up, you might go through some drug program or whatever, try to get your life together. Hey, look at here. The women that's been fucking with this dude, I don't know if anybody thus far that has authored a book to be able to explain to them on how many steps that it'll take to be able to get over fucking with a person like this right here. That's real talk. Ain't no motherfucking book out there. Ain't no sedative. Ain't no medication. Ain't no prescription. Ain't no shit you gonna be able to take. What the fuck? Yeah, ain't no take two, call me in the morning. No, none of that. Fucking with him, it far exceed any of that. It's motherfuckers get strung out on heroin and everything on that bag. They get off of it and everything. Can't eat, sweating and everything, throwing up, fighting, yeah, fighting on themselves and everything, stinking up the room and the whole nine. One thing about it is it's a process, a very painful process I've heard and I've read about and I've seen throughout documentaries. But one thing that I haven't heard about or seen is the adverse effect that women have had just by dealing with this person right here. See, motherfuckers be trying to shake up out of this shit. I be having to go through motherfucking, I be going through the matrix and shit, having to get interviews from motherfuckers because they scared of this clown nigga right here. They afraid of this lame nigga right here. Why you think Yaya ain't said nothing yet? Why you think Pocahontas ain't said nothing yet? Why you think Mama Ave just disappeared up off the scene? Y'all remember Mama Ave? We're gonna look at that video from Mama Ave. Yeah, we're gonna look at that video right there. I'm gonna play a little piece of that video when she was talking about Nature Boy and when she had her son with her and shit, and she was like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave and shit. She was like, because Nature Boy was on some other shit or whatever, man. This nigga here done affected a lot of people, yo. A lot of damn people. But he like said no because I had a child, and he made that public to everybody. He was like, I don't want children or whatever. So I was like, cool, but he inspired me so much to the point where I was still gonna go, period. Like, and that's just the way I'm set up. If I say I'm gonna do something, like, I'm going to do it. Like, and a lot of people thought I was playing when I was like, I'm gonna move to Costa Rica. So that's how it started. Me watching Nature Boy, and in September, I left September 16th, like 4 days after my birthday. I was telling people, like, my family, like, yeah, I'm just going on a little trip for my birthday. But anyway, so I had arrived in Costa Rica on September 16th, and with my passport, a lot of people ask me about like the passport deal. Really, it's really easy to do. You know, you just go to the office, fill your application out, pay your money, and then it'll come in like 3 weeks. Even if you apply for the 6 to 8 week standard shipping, it'll still come to 3 weeks. But anyway, so I got my passport, and whatnot, I had left, and really people ask me too, like how did you get money? Because I have not had a job in like 2 years. Like I have not worked in 2 years, but I had like student loans and stuff like that, and scholarships. So all my money came from. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You heard what she said, right? And that's the exact same thing that just took place with Zoka by her having her student loans and her using that, cashing out, and then bouncing. See, all of this within itself, if you just go back and you look at these videos, you see how easily to identify it is with the women that he actually targets. That's why I say that there's definitely a higher up. There's definitely somebody that's working with him that's pinpointing who these women are that's on social media, connecting him with these women. You see, I'm telling you some G ass shit. That's why she say, you know, she took that. She say she had worked. You know what I'm saying? You heard how many months she just said that she had worked. You see, that's what he be looking for, yo. When I was in college or whatever, I just took it and left. So that's why she just took it and left. And he actually condoned that behavior as a leader, as a master teacher. I got my money from. A lot of people ask me that too. But so yeah, so I went to Costa Rica. I was originally with this another girl. I had came with a girl named Rajette, a lady named Rajette or whatever. And so we was together. We was rocking. She was in Virginia, and she came to Dallas with me right before we left because it was a hurricane. The hurricane was coming, so she came to Dallas. And so we had left together, and we was when we first got there, we was on the Pacific coast. It was cool. The Pacific coast was cool, but it was raining too much. It was raining. I was like, yo, like, I can't be in my tent out here in the rain, and I ain't gonna stunt. When I first came out there, y'all, I was like, I'm gonna be out here for free. Ain't gonna be paying no rent. And so that's what I set out to do when I Now watch how she tell you how Nature Boy did her and how he tricked her out her money. I went out there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pay for this one rental.
I had used Airbnb. I'm gonna pay for this one rental, and then after this, I'm gonna go hiking, find me a little spot, a little tent, set my tent up, and it's gonna be that. It'll be living for free. But when you get out there, it's like, nah, like that's not happening because Costa Rica is set up where it's like we have all the houses, and then outside the house you got all this nature, but like 26% of like their land is like in a reserve, meaning like it's reserved, like it's owned where you can't camp there. It's like a museum type.
See, she was explaining it all back then. See, if people would have paid attention to this video back then, they could have got a lot of information, you understand, with what he was doing, back then. They could have prevented a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, and they could have pretty much gave some answers to the questions, with what's going on, in the mental, what's going on, in the head, of this persuader, of this manipulator, of this soothsayer, of this con man, of this finesser, of this game runner, of this so-called pimp that's actually a jungle simp. All of that more, we would have got that information if we just would have paid attention to this video right here.
Closed off thing. They want to like preserve the land so nobody will like mess it up or anything. So that's already, Costa Rica already small. So that's already 26% of land you can't be on. Then I'm sure you probably got like another 40.
Let me get to it when she was talking about that work.
Back to the experience, how it was experienced. So when we was up in Pacific Coast, it was raining, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was like real mountains, a lot of mountains and stuff over there. And so after a certain amount of time, the girl I was with, I told her that, we had to go our separate ways because I feel like that was a part of my journey. I had to start experiencing on my own. I feel like you should always experience stuff on your own, like do your own thing. Going to Costa Rica with people is good. Like it's always, better to be with others. But as far as I feel like I had to be alone. Like I feel like I had to really do my own thing at that point. And so I had just let her know that, and I knew she was gonna be good. Like so I didn't leave her like on no like, oh, I think she's gonna be bad, so I'm gonna leave her. Like, nah, I knew she was gonna be good. I knew she was meeting up with Mocha. She had money in her pockets. I was like, okay, she'll be straight. So I'm gonna go ahead and do me while she go do her. Like, cause I know she's gonna meet up with somebody else. So I'm gonna do me. So that's when I had left my jet. And on my way to Puerto Viejo, cause when I had left the Pacific Coast, that was the first time I had talked to Nature Boy when I was in Costa Rica, and I was like, Nature Boy, man, I need a place, or like, can you recommend me a place or whatever? And so he was like, yeah, you can go to Puerto Viejo. And so on my way to Puerto Viejo, it's like the Pacific Coast, San Jose, and Puerto Viejo. So on my way to Puerto Viejo, when I was in San Jose, he was like, yeah, you can just come to Melanation or whatever. My wives think it's a good idea. So on my way to Puerto Viejo, I had went to Melanation. And then my experience in Melanation was like, it was interesting, like, for real, because there was a lot of stuff that happened that I didn't expect to happen. And there was a lot of stuff that did happen that I expected to happen. Like, for instance, when I first came there, it was so much love. Like, it was much love. Like, I felt it. It was much love. But then, as the days went by, it was like the love was starting to fade away. And I was like, who are y'all? Like, type deal. Like, real talk. So when the first night I was there, it started to shift because I realized that Nature Boy wanted me to have sex with Basically, that's what it was. Like Nature Boy just wanted his dudes to get some,
See what I'm saying? See, now she came over there on some genuine, sincere, changing her life, living out in nature. But Nature Boy wanted to pair her off with somebody else so they could smash.
Right. And so that's what it was. He was like, basically trying to get me to, have sex on. And I was like, no, not happening. Like, that's not happening. Like, I don't even know you, dude. Like, and if I did know you, I'm not the type to first night or, like, no, it's not happening. But anyway, so I didn't like that. I didn't like how like they basically was putting me on arm, like, and they was putting arm on me, and even after saying like, okay, like you know, because they were like, yeah, you just be as direct, and y'all should do this after that.
I do too, Miss Kia. That's the point of it right there. You know, and he do this with all of the women. You hearing the account, you see, and like I say, the person that recorded this video, they recorded it, I think, with like 2 phones. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see it kind of moving around and shit like that or whatever. But it's great that they did get this footage.
And so even after coming to agreement, like, no, I'm not gonna be his direct, he was still trying to have him to have sex with me. Like, if like it was weird. I didn't like that at all. I was like, nah, like y'all tripping, like for real, like that's disrespectful.
See what I'm saying? Now you see how he did her? That's that crazy shit. And that's why I say if people would have seen this video right here, this right here would have prevented a lot of women from even wanting to go and be a part of that, because this lady's voice would have been able to reach, you know, people. It would have spoke volumes. That's why I hate it, you know, when people have great channels but they really don't have subscribers, because a lot of the stuff that they talking about is great, it's informative, it can reach a lot of people, it can help people out, but they just don't have the subscribers. They don't have people that's tuning in. So a lot of that stuff that they're talking about, it really does not hit home. You understand? You never know who might just hear it and then say, well, hey, you know, okay, I got some awareness. You know, I learned something from that. I benefited from that. Think if women would have heard Mama Av speak it, especially women like a Furu. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You know, women like Aya, you see, that never would have even came around Nature Boy, never would have dealt with him. He never could have put on that persona, which is fake as hell. He never could put on that persona like that he is like king of all kings in a polygamous relationship and shit like that. He never would be able to do that. He never would have been able to perfect that finesse game, you know, that talk game that he used in that con man, that lemon car salesman, you know, style of talking that he has to be able to, you know, talk a motherfucker's shoes off of him while walking and talking to him. That type of game. That's what I'm talking about. See, a lot of these women, they fall victim to it. Number one, they're young. Number two, they haven't been exposed, you know, to a lot in their lives. And that guy, Nature Boy, by way, you know, of studying astrological signs, even though he's using a fucking phone, it don't fucking matter. You understand? I know a lot of people that's done faked it and they made a fucking, they made it. They made it in life. I'm telling you now. Motherfuckers whole life selling crack, working in motherfucking city hall and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. You see? That's facts.
No means no type thing. Like he wasn't aggressive. Like I'm a not aggressive person. He wasn't like on me, but he like slid in my bed one night. Like we was at a hospital.
You hear this shit? Slid in the bed now. Listen to this shit now. Slid it, Maggie. Listen to this shit, Maggie. He done slid up in the bed now.
And he like laid on my bed. And I was like, I didn't think nothing of it because I'm like, okay, you know, like we friends and you should know that. So
At least that's what you thought, but that's not what he thought. You see? Now, the weaker minded women like Aya, like a Furu, see, they'll fall victim, you see what I'm saying, to what Nature Boy wants to do. You see, because they be captivated by him, just the mere presence of him and the presence alone. Whereas this woman was like, well, come on now, hold up. Now, we friends. Like, why is you even in here like this?
When he came in my bed and it was more people in the room and the lights was on and I had my baby with me and when he came in my bed, I'm thinking like he just laying like
wanting to have sex with her with the baby in the bed, y'all. Wanting to have sex with her and the baby in the bed with her. See what I'm saying?
I didn't think much of it. I really truly didn't because it was people in the room, the lights was on. But then Eve was like, she told me, she was like, girl, you trying to have sex? Like he was trying to make his way. I was like, what? And that shit hurt my feelings because I don't want to be that type of person. Like,
see what Velvet told her?
Somebody just had sex with. There was some shit like niggas used to do to me when I was here, like just try to have sex with me, and that shit hurt my feelings. That even at your higher self, niggas still be on that. Like I was like, wow, like, it's crazy. I ain't even pick up on it. But so that was another part I didn't like that it was like they just want the women to just be having sex. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's so.
Yeah, this shit, Mac J, man. Yeah, our club would be doing, man. See, this what you don't know about. This what you don't hear about in them live streams. All that talking when he be talking 80 hours a day and shit. See, he don't be talking about this right here when he did this shit.
So another thing I didn't like about Middle Nation was how they was some of their teachers about discipline, like they be violent for real. They were violent with my baby, like
see what I'm saying? Listen to it now.
You know my baby, like they was like, you need to discipline him. You need to discipline him. This. They was mad violent. And I was like, bro, I was like, y'all being violent, like. I asked Nation, I was like, you don't think hitting the baby is violent? He's like, no, that's discipline. That's how you should discipline him.
Done hit this woman baby. Done hit the woman baby now. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, Dreamcatcher? He whole lot done hit the woman baby.
I was like, no. And even after I was like, no, I don't think, I should discipline him like that. Like, he was like, basically had an attitude about it. And his wives was like, I'm not gonna treat the baby like a baby. He's an adult. I'm gonna treat him like an adult. And I was just like,
wow.
And you talking about a person who still poops in their pants, still don't have their teeth. How you gonna treat somebody who don't know how to talk like an adult? I was like, okay. And it was like each day they was just saying some weird stuff about I was just like, bro. And so I was there for 2 weeks, and I tried to keep one thing about me, which is a negative and a positive thing. I tried to make stuff work. I'd be like, bro, I'm gonna try to make it work, and that could be a negative and a positive thing about me. And so while I was there, I was trying to make it work, but I can't fake, like I can't really fake this shit. Like, it was like time for me to go. And so they felt it too. So one day we were just eating, and then after we ate, he was like, we just thank you, but he was just like, we just feel like it's time for you to go or whatever. And so I didn't tell you, okay, so when I first got there, y'all, guess how much money I gave him? Guess how much money I put in the
Here you go right here, y'all. Peep game now. This right here, Mac J, when you hear this shit right here, now Clubfoot was telling them to put their money in the pot. Now listen to the amount of money she put in the pot.
Pot, because they like, when you first get me, they were like, when you first come, you have to put money in the pot. I put $3,600 in the pot, man. $3,600. So because I felt like I was gonna be there for a long time, and the way he make it seem, he was low-key running game though, because the way he make it seem like, yeah, when your money run out, I'm gonna be taking care of you, and this and this and that and that and that. And so when I was there, like I was being fed. We did go out, we did went places. We was going out to eat. We were doing this and this and that. But still, like, they wasn't even being constructive with the money. Like, they were buying the ping pong table was expensive. They bought a ping pong table. They bought a ping pong table. And they was just doing all this unnecessary stuff. And I was like, that looks like that's my money, like, type thing. And so,
they just bought a ping pong table with her money.
So yeah, I had to.
Ain't that some bullshit, man? This nigga done bought a ping pong table. She said that looked like my money. Miss Kia, she said it looked like her money. Nature Boy and them over there playing ping pong and shit. I took her motherfucker dream catcher, you ain't shit. That took her their money and everything. Them niggas over there hitting the ball, back and forth on the table, hit the ball. She sitting there looking like, damn, look at my money. This nigga that told me some bullshit. This nigga that told me that he gonna take care of me when my money run out. Now he done took her money and went and damn bought the damn ping pong table. Damn.
$3,600 in pay. And then when I left, I was there for 2 weeks. And when I left, they only gave me like $1,600 back.
$1,600, because see, they had spent it up. He couldn't get it back because they had spent it up. He would turn it up then. They've been turning up for a long time. Yeah. I've been turning up for a long time. That's what they were doing with the money. That shit was gone. There was no way that this lady was going to be able to get her money back. There was no way that he was going to be able to reimburse her. What he not only was buying that plant-based motherfucking wine and shit, right? I'm pretty sure, man, they was buying that recreational and everything, man. Yeah, they you know they over there in the tropics and shit. You know they done got that somebody, man, got a little booth with some reefer and shit. You already know how that shit go. Done took that damn woman money, man. She couldn't even add it up right. She gonna say 1600. Look, done took two Ridax. Close to two Ridax from her. Huh? Been turning up for a long time.
So I was like, I'm not really like a money fiend, or like I don't really have like, you know, money come and go to me. Like I can't say I can easily get, you know, $2,000 back, but it was like, dang, that was a learning experience. Not to really trust nobody like that. Like,
oh yeah, man. If y'all ain't hit that like button already, man, hit that X to the right, man. Come back over to the left, man, and smash that jank, man. Smash that like button. You know, we be running this shit through that recommended suggested videos, man. We be turned the fuck up. Yeah, man, let's chill for a minute. Hold up for a minute, man. Let's get them motherfucking likes together, man. We be wanting that shit out there, you feel me? Beam Team exclusives. We do that shit over here. Yeah, we be fucking around everything. Smoking big blunts, drinking beer, laughing, lounging, listening to music, all type of shit. Hunting motherfuckers down, looking at crime investigative stories, movies, all type of motherfucking shit. I might even start playing games. You figured it? Hit that motherfucker like button, man. Let me see what we looking like, man. Straight up. We need them likes on deck, man. I had a little baby 107 to the 107. Okay, we at the 121. That's what's up right there, then. Yeah, I'm fucking with y'all then. Let's go.
to me, that wasn't right. Like, you dang, like, y'all even spending constructively, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that could have went to something way more constructive to me, like. But yeah, so after I left, he was just like, yeah, we think you should go. he just got it for everybody. He was like, yeah, do y'all feel like she should go? Y'all feel like she should go? And it was like,
everybody was just sitting there, man. See how they did her? That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up, man. That nigga that held a meeting and say she had to go. This nigga was turning up out there and everything, had his shirt off. Who want to do it with Hollywood Cole? She done came and just 10 toes down, just dropped 3 racks on him and everything. Now he done told her she got to go. Done kicked her motherfucking ass out. See, that's that bullshit, man.
I like, dang, I thought we was cool. Like, I really thought it was cool with some of the people there.
Shit.
But they was flip-floppy. Like, once they get around nature, well, they act like they didn't know me. But once we wasn't around each other, when we was around each other, they was like, oh, yeah, we cool, we vibing. We get around each other, they like, they don't know me. All right. So I left Melon Nation, and after that, I really didn't look at them because to me, it was like, I didn't feel right. It felt like that was love. Like, I ain't look at them the same after that. Because it was just weird.
Said they playing with Vic.
You know, because how they was treating him was wrong. How they was treating my baby was wrong. For real. I was like, nah, it's something, to me, it's something mentally wrong with you if you treat a baby how they was treating him. And I was like, all right, man, it's a wrap. And so right after I left, that's when they had got like stopped by the police, whatever. And then they was like, they basically got beat by the police because from my hearing, they was fighting the police. And
see what I'm saying? See how she jetted off? See how she dodged the bullet? Her ass would have been on that motherfucking van too with her son. You remember when I showed you that signs when they got beat up at Costa Rica? See, this is when all this shit right here happened.
You know you don't fight the police. Like, that's just out the window. Like, that's just something you know you don't do. You're just supposed to corroborate. Like, from what I heard is the van was like, it was, the tags was out on the van or whatever. And so the police pulled them over because going into where they was going, it's like a police stop. And so I'm guessing when they went to the police stop, the van was out or whatever. And so they was basically like, they didn't want to get out the van. They wasn't cooperating. So I mean, everybody know wherever you go in this police, you're supposed to cooperate because they will beat your ass, like if you try to fight them. And that's what happened. And I'm sorry that happened for them. And I'm just happy I wasn't with them. Honestly.
That's word. And see, she would have been with them too. You see what I'm saying? Right. Facts. See, Nature Boy be having all type of bad karma and shit with himself, man. He do a lot of distasteful things that's very disagreeable, you know, with nature. And you can tell by the punishment that he be receiving, from the ancestors, man. That's the only way that I see it, man. If you look at his face, you can tell he being punished right now.
Peripheral, because me and my that wouldn't have been good for my baby. That would have been the most thing I was worried about is what they was gonna do for my baby, whatever.
I wish I could get an interview with him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all y'all know about. So I ain't gonna be talking about all that because I wasn't even there. But yeah, so right before that happened, I had left the situation. And I was like, yes, like thank you, angels, thank you, God, because man, like for real, that wouldn't have been a good situation for me. So in my time, when I was right when that was happening to them, I was staying with this lady in the jungle.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Hey, look at here. The motherfucking saga continues, man. Hey, look at here. The saga continues. The saga continues. Hey, look at here. You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is. We're gonna keep on chopping this motherfucking ass up, man. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want these videos any damn way. I don't want them shits to be extra long, like I've been doing them shits like 2-3 hours and all that motherfucking shit and all that. So I'ma shut this shit down. And I'll be back in the building. But why all of y'all are up in here right now? Why you up in the building right now? Facts, big boy facts, man. If you cooling, you chilling, you doing what you doing, especially on a Friday night, you ain't got nothing to do. You just zoning out. You want to catch some dope ass freestyle. Click on my boy Classic Corporation page right there. You see Classic right there. Click on Classic shit right there. Yeah, fact. Click on this shit and subscribe to Classic. Classic be over there kicking it and shit. Go over there and fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? That's my G right there. And like I say, however y'all want to do this thing, man, with the later on, because I didn't get to do the other call in the other day. If y'all want to do the call in or whatever, I'll make a post and let y'all know what time we'll be going back live. Y'all can just check the community wall or either check Instagram or whatever, and we'll go from there. You feel me? Oh yeah, all facts, class. Yeah, and look at here, and we'll do it like that, and we'll be back in the building. All right, family, y'all good with that? Okay, facts. I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all do, and we'll come back in here. And like I say, we'll be able to cover it as it happens when it happens. It's nothing. Matter of fact, I set my screen up for Instagram and YouTube. So when the shit jump off, we'll just jump up in that motherfucker. You feel me? Okay, Danny girl. Okay, Chanel. Okay, everybody. Mac J. Everybody. Kezzy. Brown Sugar. What up? What up? What up? Dreamcatcher. Everybody that came through. I see y'all in a hot second, man. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love.